Kako je 8. forum naprednih tehnologija ove godine okupio značajne predstavnike i govornike na globalnom nivou, iskoristili smo priliku i sa Nikolausom Siriosom ispred kompanije Viber razgovarali o izazovima zaštite podataka u eri cyber pretnji, korišćenju AI i mašinskog učenja za unapređenje korisničkog iskustva. Prodiskutovali smo i o novim funkcijama koje Viber planira da uvede, njegovi ulozi u pametnim gradovima, kao i o strategiji personalizovanog marketinga uz pomoć kojih ova kompanija pomaže brendovima da bolje komuniciraju sa svojim ciljnom publikom i još mnogo čemu. Poslušajte.
U okviru foruma naprednih tehnologija razgovaramo sa gospodinom Nicolaosom Siriosom, koji je predstavnik aplikacije koju inače koristi jako puno nas u Srbiji, ali ne samo u Srbiji, radi se o Viberu. Mr. Syrios, welcome to Serbia, welcome to Niš, welcome to this conference. So, can you tell us, are you first time in Niš?
Yeah, it's my first time. Dobro jutro, by the way.
Dobro jutro, okay. Thank you.
It's exciting for me because the first time here, and this is a very historic city, as I learned and see, not only for the history but also for the technology part and what advances has been done the last years with the science technology park and all the innovation which is around. And this is something great because we can be also part of it as Rakuten Viber. So.
Okay, well, what are your impressions about the conference? It's just started, but can be useful for the business.
Yes, I believe it can be useful because there are many speakers with various backgrounds and different experiences to be shared. And as I also learned, there are different parallel sessions. So that means that this conference can accommodate the needs of the high executives and C-level people, as well as students and innovators or small medium businesses, which is great because you take all the people from the ladder, which is very important.
Okay, on the very beginning of our interview, I told on Serbian that Viber is very popular application here in Serbia. Do you have some data about the users or percentage here in Serbia?
Yes, Serbia actually is one of the top countries in the CE region in terms of penetration. Our penetration is around 94% in smartphone users. It's quite impressive, the number, and how much is loved from the users all these years.
Okay, so let's talk something about the Viber. You're very well known by the protecting privacy of your users. How are you dealing with the challenges in this topic?
Well, security is in our DNA, actually. We have been, let's say, awarded from the German authorities recently that we are regarded as one of the top 3 safest apps in the world. How we do that? Because we apply end-to-end encryption in our communication with the users, when it's about this in private chats and groups, as well as when it comes to communication with businesses, we apply what is called encryption in transit. So that means that none of the communication and the messages are stored in Viber, in our server, nothing. Also, we have HTTPS connection, which makes all this, which provide us with the umbrella of security. So we take all these measures and necessary steps in order both the users, but as well as the businesses that they want to interact with the users, to be safe and secured.
Okay, are you agree that era of AI is already begin? So how Viber use? Are you going to use, or you already use artificial intelligence or machine learning for your services?
Well, if you think that I work for a messaging app, I have to take many precautions and measures about it. Yes. So, of course, we have started implementing AI in our tools and services, but not for let's say in a fashionable way, but in a more logical and user experience friendly way. So what we have is, I will share some examples. When it comes about communication with businesses, we have what we call generative AI. So that means that users, they want to communicate with brands and institutions in order, not just with a chatbot, but with a smart chatbot. That means that, for example, when you speak with a chatbot for a bank, you need to take specific details. So we try to implement this type of technologies and filters, if I can say so, in order to have the user experience as innovative and as good as possible. The same happens for the users and their experience within Viber. For example, we have creating now some internal AI solutions, like when you have so many notifications and chat with friends, groups, chat, to be able to have a summarized description of what you are discussing for your topics, in order to have, to reply better, let's say, and have better understanding. We take into consideration how busy is our daily life and how much time we spend in the app and how many different topics we do in the app. So we try to use AI in order to make our users' life better, first of all.
Okay, can you tell us something about maybe to announce some new service that you're going to provide in the next months or until the end of the year?
You want an exclusivity?
Yes, if you can.
No, what we are launching this year, and it has already started in some other parts of the world, is what we call business calls, free business calls. So we are going to give the opportunity to the users to speak freely, to call freely with the branch and organization and talk with their customer service, which is something very unique, and it's needed from both sides, actually. So this is a new future we have. In terms of advertising solutions, we also starting implementing some new features like the games. So, when you are a Viber user and you write happy birthday, till now it was appearing an animation in order to celebrate or Merry Christmas. Now we have, let's say, commercialized this, and many brands can use it in order to become viral and interact with the users via Viber. These are the two new features that we are implementing this year. Plus, not new solution, but let's say a little bit more tailor-made for the needs of the users, which is what we call click-to-message, which is again AI there, which is advertising. You are a business, you advertise, and you want to have an immediate conversation with the user. When you click on the ad, you immediately direct to a chatbot, so you have a smart conversation.
Okay, how your services help to banks and financial institutions?
As I mentioned before, with the generative AI, we support banks that they want to have chatbot and interact with the users. Specific for Serbia, this morning it was announced in the news that we are going to scale up a project with the National Bank of Serbia, not only for Serbia but for all the neighbor countries, in order to give the opportunity to the users to make payments via Viber, or also businesses use Viber for payments. So this is a very big project, this is very big news, and it happened today actually, so it's quite fresh and new. And we are very happy about it, because this will help the whole financial system, not only Serbia, but in all the other countries around, as I mentioned.
Do you have a department in Serbia? Do you have Viber, some people that work for Viber here in Serbia?
We have some very long-lasting partners, actually, which is Providence, Mr. And partners that we started. Actually, Serbia is one of the first markets we started partnerships outside our HQ, let's say, so it's very critical for us in history. And in this city as well.
Yes, I wanted to ask you that do you have some plans to include some companies from here to work for the Viber?
Well, we work already with many companies here, like in terms of providing the business solutions and ideas. What will be actually good is to collaborate more in terms of innovation, because as I see here and what is discussed all these days in the Science Technology Park is innovation, and how not only Serbia but also this city and this project can give more value to the business. So I believe that we can collaborate with local partners here to create innovation and new features for the users. So.
Can you tell us something about the cooperation with partners in Serbia? Which are actually those partners?
We are very proud because we work with the Science Technology Park of Niš, of course, with the National Bank of Serbia, that, as I mentioned today, we announced in the news that we scale up a big project about payments, Chamber of Commerce, Serbian Chamber of Commerce, and many other stakeholders and partners from business and other institutions.
I suppose our Ministry for Science and Technology.
Your Ministry of Science and Technology. We had also a very interesting discussion before the beginning of the conference about how important is Serbia for Viber and what we can do in terms of innovation and what we can create together as a new service and tools. It is great, and she's very supportive actually, and we appreciate that.
Thank you.